What up, Juggalos? I'm back. It's been way too friggin' long, hasn't it? What has it been, a week? Over a week? We're like over a week. Holy shit. Well, I'm back from the Gathering of the Juggalos, ladies and gentlemen. It was a fucking good time. I had a great time. Let me get into the chat here, and I'm going to go through my notes. I took a bunch of notes today, tried to figure out the order in which everything happened, because so much shit happened. It's very hard for me to figure out the order in which everything happened. But I think I have a lot of it figured out. Okay, without further ado, I'm just going to jump right into this because I got a lot of shit to talk about. Yeah. So, first of all, I guess I want to start with saying thank you to everyone who came up to me and said hello. Really, thank you so much. It made me feel so fucking welcome. Thank you to everybody. I can't remember all your names. I didn't ask for all of your names. I didn't give all of you a sticker, unfortunately, I realized. It's overwhelming being at the Gathering of the Juggalos, and even trying to be professional and, you know, do a documentary and all that stuff. Like, I'm distracted constantly. There's so much stuff going on. It's overwhelming. So I'm really sorry if I didn't give you a sticker. Hit me up if you met me and I didn't give you a sticker. I'm gonna mail you some shit out. Thank you so much to everybody, though. That really means a lot to me. I got so much love out there. It's fucking amazing. It's kind of overwhelming, but in a good way. Like, I can't believe how much love there is. Whoop whoop to Stony Low in the fucking chat. So first of all, let me start off. I was basically fasting. I discussed this with a few folks, but I haven't really fully talked about this shit. I was basically fasting at the fucking Gathering of the Juggalos this year. So if I seemed a little spaced out, or in my own universe, I was. I had very little actual food to eat. I had smoothies for like the first 2 days of the gathering. I didn't eat any actual physical food until Saturday in the afternoon. Yeah, so I was basically fasting in that motherfucker. I don't know if a smoothie can count as a meal, but I was treating a fucking smoothie like a fucking meal. So yeah, I feel very healthy. I feel refreshed. My green hair is very faded, as you can see. A lot of that shit has been washed out since my last stream. Sweated out since my last stream. Anyway, I'm off on rants, and I got a lot of shit to talk about. So let's just get right into this shit, all right, folks? So let me start with Tuesday, a week ago from fucking today. I got on the road. I actually had to work that day, so I was working until about 12:30. I finished up. I got out at 12:30 and finished up with my packing and my various responsibilities around here, and waited a little while for my Wonderland CDs to come because they were maybe gonna show up that day. They're here now, by the way, folks. Gonna do a video about Wonderland, hopefully this weekend. But yeah, I mailed out a whole bunch of Wonderland CDs, but I can't talk about that now. There's so much to talk about. I hit the road around 4 or 5 o'clock. I had a hotel room, not a hotel, a motel room at a Motel 6 in Drums, PA. So I got there, you know, geez, what was it, close to 11 o'clock or something? And it was basically a fucking flop house, straight up. This is the cheapest motel I could find roughly halfway through the drive. I was going to attempt to drive all the fuck the way through. It's an 11-hour drive for me, though, so I kind of panicked on Monday thinking about it and was like, man, it would be nice to have that security blanket, that security of just knowing that there's this motel room that I'm going to and that I can stop and rest at. So I ended up booking this place Monday, very last minute, and yeah, it was strange. It was a carpeted hallway, and there was like, it looked like they swept all the debris to the side, like to be vacuumed or collected later, but none of the little piles were collected. That was down the whole hallway. There were stains on my sheets, stains on my towels. Yeah, it's a good thing I was only staying there for one night, because it was a bit of a fucking flop house. Party hotel. It was more like a party hotel, it felt like to me. But yeah, so I only stayed there one night, got the fuck up pretty early, got out of there. Let's see, into Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah, basically into Wednesday. Got up around 8 and hit the road by 9. Google Maps did a weird thing where it took me an exit down the wrong way and turned me around, which was very odd. While I was on the road, Stony fucking Low shout out to Stony Low, gave me a message saying that they're already letting people in. So that definitely lit a fire under my ass to get the fuck out there even faster. So I was definitely in a hurry to try to get out there. I was trying to get out there as early as possible. Honestly, at this point, I wish I didn't get that motel room, so I could have maybe just driven through the night and gotten there earlier on Wednesday, but it is what it is. So I get to Hebron, Ohio, which is where my hotel room was. Jesus Christ. Getting distracted by text, folks. My bad, y'all. Okay. So yeah, I got to my hotel around 4:20 and checked in. I was at the Best Western. While I was checking in, the homie King Cringe was swimming with his family, and he actually sent me a message afterwards being like, yo, was that you just checking in? I was swimming. I really wish I would have noticed him and gone in to say hello. That's the first of many strange run-ins and coincidences. There's so many strange coincidences, I can't even hit them all, y'all. But let me just say, this gathering was marked with plenty of weird synchronicities, coincidences. Maybe I'm reading into this shit. I definitely am reading into this shit, but this shit was everywhere. So yeah, I was talking with the check-in guy, and the guy was telling me a little bit about Juggalos. He basically was telling me that they love Legend Valley. They love Juggalos. He doesn't judge. So it really kind of confirmed the stuff that Jump Steady was saying at the seminar about how Legend Valley really does want them there. I feel like almost that whole community maybe wants the gathering there. So that was really cool. Let's see. So I went and got in the hotel room. I changed my shirt real quick, packed up a little gimmick for the parking lot party. Went out there, pulled up, and it's gathering vibes, right? When you pretty much roll through that Legend Valley gate. Once you roll underneath that motherfucker, roll in between those whoop whoops. Those whoop whoop signs, you're in that bitch. It's a completely different world once you go through that gate. And I parked next to some homies who immediately were friendly. Came over, started talking to me. We smoked. They were the first people I filmed. I didn't even have to walk away from my car before I'm filming people who have cool shit to talk about. Yeah, it's fucking gathering. It was so immediately awesome. So I go walking around, exploring, filling out the vibes. The parking lots, there's a parking lot party show going on. So I was definitely trying to check that out. Let me see here. So, oh yeah, oh my God, I almost skipped over one of the funniest things. So I went to go see if I could get in, because they were letting people in according to Mr. Stony Low, and I was able to suss out pretty quick. It was only the car pass folks that they were letting in at that point. This is, it's still sunlight out. The sun hadn't even set yet, but they're letting the car pass people in. So I'm like, all right, I'll kill some time, because I kind of get the feeling they're going to let everybody in after the car pass people. I couldn't get a solid answer on that from anybody that I talked to. But as I'm walking, I see a couple sitting on the ground, and the girl is painting her man's face. And I'm like, man, that's the kind of shit I need. And the sun's kind of going down, starting to go down behind them. And so I walk up and I ask them if I can film them. And I realize real quick, I'm like, wait a sec. And they say humble. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? So immediately, again, I run into some folks who watch my shit. And so it's Lil Squawky, and I thought it was fucking Whoopconda. Now this led to a bit of confusion because, all right, check this. Whoopconda's girl is Little Taffy. This fella's girl is Lil Squawky. I fucked up my littles, right? Right? So I thought this homie was Whoopconda, and I went and I got this ninja a shirt because I did a little giveaway gimmick where you were gonna send me screenshots that you subscribed to shit. Whoopconda was one of the only ninjas that did that shit. So I'm like, I gotta give Whoopconda a shirt. So this ninja, I believe your name is Ugly Juggalo. I finally figured out your screen name, my guy. I'm really sorry about the confusion, but hey, you got a free shirt out of that shit. And I just look ridiculous as per usual. So yeah, they were painting up, and it was just a really beautiful moment. Shout out to those guys. They were fucking awesome. Every time I saw them, it made me happy. Ugly Juggalo, which, by the way, motherfucker is not ugly. That's a handsome motherfucker. Let's see. Yeah, I call him Whoopconda. God, that was so embarrassing. I'm so sorry, guys. We're going to get to Whoopconda a little bit later. That's a cool motherfucker. So yeah, the parking lot show stuff was popping off, indeed. So I'm walking by, and I see this group who looked like, I believe they were the first to even go on. They had lab coats on, and they were painted all silver. I sussed out real quick that they were called Clockwork E. They just looked so dope. I hadn't even heard them at this point. I just thought their look was cool. I had to get a picture of them. They fucking killed that shit though. I only saw a few of the acts at the parking lot show, but they were hands down my favorite of the acts that I saw at the parking lot show. So shouts out to fucking Clockwork E. They were dope to see. I honestly didn't get to see enough underground shit at this gathering, even though there was a lot of underground shit being repped. There was just too much shit going on to catch everything. I did get to see another act that was a really interesting duo of a guy and a girl. Really just interesting mix of energies and sounds. I just thought that was a really interesting act. Got to see Stale Dale, aka homie from Intelligence and Violence. I don't know if I don't even know if he shouted that out on the mic there. That Stale Dale was on Intelligence and Violence, but that was the motherfucker from Intelligence and Violence. He's the intelligence on Intelligence and Violence. So he was kicking some old school flavors, some beatboxing and stuff. A couple of people are recognizing me even before I'm getting in there. It's pretty fucking fresh, man. Once again, shouts out to everybody who said something to me, man. I really appreciate it. It makes me feel welcome to know that people are like, I don't know, cool with me being there. I'm a weirdo, guys. I don't know how to explain it, but I still get a little bit anxious and a little bit weird at these things. And I'm rolling solo, so it makes me feel good that motherfuckers are making me feel warm and welcome, you know what I mean? Let's see. There was another guy who walked by me with a super clean Missing Link jersey, and his energy was just so awesome. And he just showed up, and he asked me where does he go get his ticket, right? He just asked me that, and I just told him where it was, and he was just so happy to go and get his ticket. I just had to shout him out real quick because his energy was fucking awesome. You know what I mean? Like, there's going to be a lot of little me just geeking out about things that don't seem significant, but they were significant to me at the time, so I had to shout them out. So, yeah, I think at that point I must have gotten my band in charm and stuff. Yeah, there's some nice people in line who let me film their experience of getting their charm and band, because I wanted to have some shots of the process of that, like I did in Shimmer Forest. Yeah, so I know at this point everybody's inside, and so I'm feeling a little bit depressed that like all the homies are inside and I'm stuck outside. So I'm trying to figure out a way. I almost jumped on Lil Squawky and Ugly Juggalo's car because I saw ninjas riding in on the car, and I almost fronted like I was with them and jumped on their car and rode in with them. But I did not. I was patient, and I walked around that bitch a little bit more. I did, however, run into Jump Steady, who was by the ticket thing one of the times that I was walking by. And I had to stop and say hello and shake his hand and just tell Jump Steady, like, thank you for everything you do. Like, I definitely see everything you do, and I know you do even more than what I'm seeing. You know what I mean? But just thank you so much for everything you do. I know you do a lot, man, and it's really appreciated. You're the shit, Jump Steady. And he said thank you, and like, I was just like, all right, man, I don't want to take your time. I know you're a very busy man, and I hope he appreciated that, because I honestly wanted to tell him more, and I wanted to get a picture, and interview him and all that good stuff. But I know that that's a very busy man, especially at the gathering, and I know he was probably putting out a fire as I was speaking to him. So I didn't want to take the man's time. Static Mop Records in the fucking chat said, and Stony Low just said, I almost jumped over Stony Low. Your family, that's why. Thank you, Stony. You're fucking family too, man. It was really good hanging out with you, Stony. You're the shit, man. I'm gonna fucking cry, god damn it. If I cry during this stream, don't be surprised, yo, because I'm definitely, my emotions are very high. Yo, I'm gonna cry. Yo, Humble Among, it's Zebo3. Super dope meeting you again, Ninja. Yo, dope meeting you too, man. Yo, I'm gonna fucking cry, I swear to God. Damn. Saw people bringing in stuff that definitely were not car pass people. Got in early, and I'm psyched. You know, I'm in that bitch. And I'm walking down the hill, and I don't know if anyone else really appreciated these lights that were strung over the trees as you're walking down the hill, but that was quite beautiful to walk down that hill and be, it's now basically nighttime by the time I get in. What time, did I write what time I got in? It was after 10 o'clock, because I wrote there was an ambulance that came in at 10 o'clock. Yeah, it must have been close to 10:30, 11 by the time I actually figured out how to get in. And I just walked in that bitch. Frankly, I probably could have just walked in that bitch, and instead of asking questions like, can I come in? If I just walked in like I was supposed to be in that bitch, I probably could have done that shit. Wasn't thinking on that level until after the fact. But nonetheless, I got in that bitch. So I'm walking down that hill with those cool lights, and when you get down the hill, there's that fucking dinosaur. That's one of the first pictures I took of the whole gathering. Other than the homies Clockwork E, was that dinosaur, and there was a inflatable flamingo in front of it. It was just so surreal, and like, it's nighttime, but there's all this lighting going on from the whole setup of everybody setting their shit up, and they have these kind of colored lights on the trees. Just surreal. It was magical. So I'm like geeked, you know. I might as well be skipping through the motherfucking gathering. Let's see. So my mission is to go and find the TPE homies and Cherry Pie specifically. Cherry Pie's the goddamn homie. We kicked it so fucking hard at the gathering. Shouts out to Cherry Pie. Thank you for being my homie at the gathering. Probably kicked it with Cherry Pie way more than anyone at the gathering, hands down. But yeah, I couldn't figure out where the TPE TPE camp was the first night. But me and Cherry Pie did find fucking Stony Low and his homie, who were having a good night on their own. I don't want to blow up motherfuckers' spots, so goddamn Stony Low's doing it anyway in the chat. Rick was tripping mushrooms and freaked out about Juggalosaurus. The neck freaked him out. He kept watching for it. Yep, I remember. I didn't want to blow up your homie's spot, but there Stony Low is, blowing up his homie's spot. Rick was definitely not feeling the Juggalosaurus for a little while there. That was really hilarious to me. Hey Rick, Rick's in the goddamn chat too. Yo, shout you out, man. It was nice meeting you too, man. You were the shit. I'm glad you had a good night, because you definitely were a little bit shook by that dinosaur. I think I maybe fucked with you a little bit with that dinosaur at one point. Hopefully not too bad. Anyway, had a blast walking around. We basically just walked around and talked, smoked a little bit, you know. It's just weird hanging out with these people that you only know online, you know what I mean? And yeah, So I'm just walking around. I got a little crew going. I'm talking shit. It's great, man. We went to check out the merch booths, the stages. I was out there till like 6 in the morning. Pretty much the sun's coming up by the time I'm heading back to my hotel. So I go back to my hotel. My hotel was dope. They had a hot breakfast gimmick going in there. What I should have done is I should have brought a whole bunch of you fuckers to the goddamn hotel with me, and we should have raided that breakfast, because there was like a waffle fucking gimmick in there. Nonetheless, these are things to think about for next time. I think next year, if they do it the same place, we're going to figure out a way to really do it up fucking like decadently. Let's get. I want it to be. It's the gathering of the gathering of dreams next year. I don't want to be decadent as a motherfucker. So we're gonna figure out a way to do that. So Thursday, so I go and I get my little breakfast gimmick. I pass out around 7 a.m. But I'm back out Thursday. I'm back in that motherfucker by 12. I was back out there around noon. No rain. This was the day I thought it was going to be the rainy day. There was no rain at all. So fucking great. Sunny as fuck a couple of days, especially Saturday. I don't know if you can see, my forehead is still bumping from the bit of a sunburn that I did get. I did have suntan lotion, but that shit melted right off of me. Static Mob Records in the chat. Ooh, too big. I feel you, man. My homie and I from Illinois met up with two of our online friends from New York and another friend in Ohio. Then we all mobbed to the gathering together. It's surreal. It really is, man. It's like, and it's weird because it's like you have these certain online dynamics with these folks, and it's really fucking odd to me how, like, almost seamlessly you can drop into that dynamic in person, and it doesn't feel that weird, and it feels natural. At least that was the case with Stony and Kat for sure, and a lot of motherfuckers. Whoopconda at TPE camp. And shouts out to fucking TPE camp, one of the warmest camps, probably at the gathering, probably maybe the warmest camp, most welcoming. But I'm gonna get to that. Wait till Saturday. We'll be talking about TPE camp. But Thursday, we're at Thursday. I get there. There's a guy that I immediately run into whose name was Joker. There's a lot of Jokers at the gathering. Go figure. Who I met the day before. He said he wanted to be painted up to be interviewed. He was painted up when I met him this time, so I interviewed him. A really odd thing happened while I was interviewing him, though. A girl who was drunk, I'm assuming, and possibly on some other substances, came into the shot crying and ranting about Twisted and how she was being made fun of inside of there for rocking her Twisted charm and her Twisted shirt. And, you know, I kind of felt bad for her, and yeah, obviously I'm not gonna put that in, you know, the documentary because it's just a vulnerable moment, and I don't want to have anybody embarrassed or feel vulnerable. If they're not comfortable on this shit, I'm not gonna put that shit in there. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was just an odd moment. I don't know why I had to mention it, but I felt like I had to, because it was like she said she was being picked on for having her Twisted shit, and maybe they were giving her some light jabs, and maybe she was just taking it hard, but it obviously emotionally affected her in a type of way, and I just feel like I had to point that out. I don't know why necessarily, but anyway. I got to mention, I did meet Casket and Misty on night one. I ran into them again on Thursday. Oh shit, and even before I even get to that, while I'm in the parking lot Thursday, TPE, Toxic and Plague and Mad motherfuckers are rolling by me with all their shit going to their camp. So I had to say what up to them real quick. I think I even got some shots of them with all their gear rolling. So, you know, shouts out to them. Once again, you're going to hear me shouts out TPE a lot on this stream. Let's see, man. Yeah, I met Casket and Misty again down there. I got Big Josh from Tales from the Lotus Pod. Shouts out to you, Big Josh. It was great to see that you came again, man. Very happy to see you in the house. Devin Darby by Merch Row. Ran into Cherry Pie again at her camp. She was getting ready. While I was chilling with Cherry and talking about the night before and everything going on and all the magic. I realized my homie Hex Rated's on stage, so I had to go run and catch Hex Rated real quick. Shouts out to Hex Rated. I'm sorry I didn't catch more of your set, homie, but you know, the way the fucking gathering is, I'm glad I at least caught a little bit of it. I caught that fresh ass shit at the end. If you guys haven't seen this clip, he was giving away Jaeger shots at his set, and he had like a whole case of Jaeger. He was giving away pre-poured Jaeger shots in these little plastic gimmicks with the top on them. And someone tossed him 3 Jaeger shots, and he caught all 3 because they scattered in the air, but he still somehow managed to collect and almost juggle catch all 3 of them, and it was really fresh. Crowd fucking popped for that shit. I think I got that on tape. I hope I got that on tape. I thought I did, but I was looking at my footage and I only had I had a shorter clip of Hex than I thought I did, and I don't know if I have that on tape now. I really hope I did, though, because that was fresh as fuck. Static Mob says somehow missed TPE, bro. They were in the was it Yum Yum's Lore Garden, the camping area in between the tent stage and the clown drip stage. They were camped pretty much dead center in the middle of that bitch. Not that it matters now. I don't know why I'm describing where it is now. It's like we're still at the gathering. In a way, I feel like I still am at the gathering. Amy Newcomb in the chat. Whoop, 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 whoop. Back to you, Amy. Let's see. So Hex Rated. While I'm down there, I meet the homie King Cringe, who is one of the biggest Humble Among fans. He fucks with my shit heavy, and I really appreciate it because I feel like this dude gets my shit. And honestly, I'm kind of more obsessed with my fans probably than my fans are obsessed with me. So I nerd the fuck out when I see my fans, and it was definitely so cool to see him and talk to him. King Cringe is actually the first one who that I know of to get a Humble Among tattoo. He managed to get the alien and he managed to get the alien head on him before I even got it on me. So shouts out to him. Charlie Brown's excellent adventures in the chat. Whoop whoop. Charlie Brown in the house. Whoop whoop, Charlie. Hopefully Lucy did not take that football from you today, my guy. Ooh, I almost outed myself. Holy shit. There's some notes here that I really probably shouldn't have taken. Holy shit. I have to really be careful. I'm trying not to incriminate anybody or get anybody in trouble, because there's obviously a lot of wild shit that goes on at the Gathering of the Juggalos. There's a lot of shit that I can't talk about. I'll just go ahead and say that. I had a lot of fucking fun out at the Gathering of the Juggalos, and I can't tell you everything that happened because I'm not going to get anybody in trouble. I'm a good boy. I didn't do anything. I'm something else. What is wrong with me? I walked around a lot more, got more footage. We went down and saw the Bazaar set. They were basically doing a lot of sound check stuff, and during the day they would be doing a lot of sound check stuff and setting up the stage sets and shit like that. So I got to see a sneak peek of the Bazaar set in the daytime, and boy did that get me excited. Definitely was like, okay, this is gonna be something special. Look at that set. Then I went down to the merch tent area, getting interviews and footage this whole time. Geeked the fuck out when I saw Sean Barrett by Clownvis's. Sean said he was going to be at the gathering, but I completely forgot until I saw Sean actually by Clownvis's merch table. So I got an interview with Sean Barrett, introduced myself. I'm a huge fan of Sean's, and he was very nice to me. I actually had a second conversation with him on Friday or Saturday. We were walking up the hill at the same time, and he was nice enough to just, strike up a conversation with me, man. And, it's one of the coolest things is like these weird coincidences where you just run into people that it's like, hey, what's up with you? And you catch up from the day before. Just, it's all love, man. It was so positive. So I got an interview with Sean. I got an interview with Clownvis. While I'm down there interviewing Clownvis, I believe I was interviewing Clownvis, Whoopconda sees me and comes over, and that's when I realized, oh, I fucked up. Oh, I completely gave the wrong motherfucker the shirt. But it's all good. I owe Whoopconda a shirt, basically, is the small and the small large of it. I fucked that up. So I gotta get Whoopconda a fucking shirt. So I see Lil Taffy. Damn it, I just got here. in the chat. Send me y'all's address, please, so I can send both of y'all a shirt. Because y'all are cool as shit. I want both of y'all to have a fucking shirt because you guys were so fucking cool. But yeah, Whoopconda, after I'm done interviewing Clownvis, is one of the freshest fucking things. Whoopconda, after I'm done, puts me over in front of Clownvis and Sean so fucking hard. Whoopconda says, man, it's just so fresh with my two favorite YouTubers right here, and he points to me and he points to Clownvis. And Clownvis kind of looks at me like, who the fuck is this motherfucker? That shit was so fucking fresh. I was fighting the urge not to laugh like a goddamn hyena at that. That shit was fresh as fuck, though. That was so funny to me. Because Clownvis definitely gave me, like, who the fuck is this now? Look, and I love that kind of shit. That is so funny to me. Whoopconda put me over. So then after that, we went down to the Juggalo dating game, and Cherry Pie got up on there as a contestant. I got video footage of this whole thing. My gimbal, unfortunately, was spazzing out during the Juggalo dating game, so there's probably going to be some weird moments of me fucking with the camera if I post the whole thing. I wish I would have got both Juggalo dating games because these were both hilarious. I'm going to talk about them really quick. So Cherry Pie jumped up there, and she was contestant number 1. She was really wild up there, saying all kinds of crazy shit, as she is known to do. But they all were. All the girls up there were saying some crazy shit. One of the girls talked about electrocuting the Bachelor's taint as he was in a tied up in a position or some shit, and the motherfucker looked scared as fuck. The dude, the Bachelor, looked scared as fuck. To have his taint electrocuted. He looked like he wanted to run off the stage. And frankly, the girls were kind of bullying this dude for a little while of the dating game, and I found that absolutely hilarious. I found out at the end the Bachelor was a rapper, Suicide, who had played the Clown Drip stage. I think he was actually playing that day. I could be wrong. I really fucked up. I did not see like hardly shit at the Clown Drip stage, and I fucking regret that. But what are you gonna do, man? You're fucking gathering. I was trying to spend time with homies. It's really tough. I missed a lot of dope shit that I wanted to see. So yeah, it is what it is. So the gimbal's spazzing out. I'm trying to fucking correct it. The second round, there's the Bachelorette round. They bring out this girl, Daffodil Nikki, who I actually met the next day out in the parking lot. She's an artist herself, and we exchanged information and talked briefly about working on a song of mine together. She said she's a singer, and I actually am looking for a singer for this one gimmick of a song. I don't usually collaborate with singers, but I do have this concept for a song for Valentine Tape 2. So I talked to her a little bit about that. She seemed into the idea, but she did freely admit she was intoxicated. So I couldn't really pitch the full idea to her because I knew she was intoxicated. So, but shouts out to Daffodil Nikki. She's very beautiful, adorable little tiny thing. The guy contestants were a very interesting cross section. Clownvis I don't think did this on purpose, but Clownvis really picked a great cross section of juggalos for the dudes here. Because they got, let's see, we got the romantic nerdy type dude. We got a dude cosplaying as Val Venus. We got a pink hair jug who's kind of more stylish and like modern and shit. We got the psychedelic jug who's clearly tripped out on mushrooms or acid or both possibly. And we got a fella who seemed like a more old school juggalo, called himself the Gentleman Juggalo, who, spoiler, won that bitch. Shouts out to the Gentleman Juggalo. But I have to say, that was really entertaining to watch as well. A lot of comedy. The Val Venus dude botched his... He was pretty funny, but he botched his ending and got a "you fucked up" chant. He was trying to play the Val Venus theme, I believe, on a Bluetooth speaker. Botched that shit. It's hilarious. We definitely... I feel like Cherry Pie definitely sold the Gentleman Juggalo winning that shit, because Daffodil Nikki was looking at us when she was looking at who to pick, and motherfucking Cherry Pie goes 5, right? And I saw Daffodil Nikki look at Cherry Pie and go 5. Okay, and she's shaking her head yes. 30 seconds later, she says contestant number 5. So I believe that Cherry Pie sunk that motherfucker, or sold that motherfucker to Daffodil Nikki. Yeah. What a fucking... I really wish I would have gotten the second one, because the second one was just as entertaining, if not more entertaining than the first. I need to check the Ned and game out at the Gathering more, because that was so fucking funny, especially Clownvis hosting it. Clownvis is a great host. Shouts out to fucking Clownvis. I wish I could have gotten more time to talk with Clownvis, honestly, because he was the shit. Wow, catching up in the chat a little bit. Psycho C says, whoop, 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 Psycho C. Damn it, we talked about that. You're here now, Little Taffy. I almost called you Laffy Taffy. We all missed a lot of dope shit. Facts, facts. Worth it to hang out with new homies. Yo, that's what I'm saying with Saturday. I was hanging out with y'all for so long. I missed some shit at the main stage that I wanted to see, but I'm like, nah, I'm not leaving. This is too dope. This is fucking awesome. Senior shit and Static Mob. Hey, thank you. Static Mob, are you sharing my shit? Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Sup, badass mofako. Okay, I caught up with the chat. Thank you guys for engaging in the chat, by the way. I really appreciate it. Feel free to ask questions. Feel free to make comments. I will get to them when I can. I got still a lot of notes here, folks. So, let's see. After that, we met Rachel Paul real quick. She was driving a cart. She was working the Gathering. I wanted to get an interview with her, but she's like, I can't, I'm working. But I had to give her props for the Let's Respect stuff that she helped facilitate. Very humbly, she refused to take credit for it. She's like, that was all them. All I did was write for it. So once again, I gotta just shouts out to Rachel Paul, because she's the fucking shit. I love that girl. She's so awesome. Her energy is just beaming. She is just beaming with energy. We went down to main stage. I got a smoothie from that vegan tent, and I gotta say thank you so much to that green vegan tent for being there. That was a lifesaver to me. It helped me eat clean. Really, I should say drink clean. The whole fucking Gathering. And that bowl I had on Saturday was fucking fantastic. I wanted to eat a little bit more unhealthy, but I ended up fasting. It wasn't my plan going into it, but I basically ended up fasting through this motherfucker until Saturday. Ooh, was she dressed like Yum Yum Flower, badass mofako? I didn't see that. She definitely had a golf cart, though. I saw her the second day driving around in a golf cart, and she said something to me about my gimbal as she drove by. So she definitely was in a golf cart. I did not see her as Yum Yum Flower, though. I would love to see that, though. I did see a girl who dressed as Yum Yum Flower, Schlarman, Flutterby, I believe her name is, Schlarman? Timothy Schlarman's girly there. With Timothy they killed their fucking costumes. Timothy dressed up as goddamn Bazooka Joey, but he did Bazooka Joey as one of those green army men figures and painted himself green. Even had the little feet gimmicks where if he put his feet together, they were connected and looked like one thing. But his girl went and did Yum Yum's Flower, and I wish I would have gotten a close-up of her hair. She nailed that the leaf stuff and with the hair and everything. She nailed that. One of the best costumes I saw the whole time, honestly. So amazing. My nipples. Wait, what? She caressed me, my nipples, and she pasted me. Woo! Hey now. Yeah, the Bazooka Jewy guy, Amy. You saw that shit. Yeah, fresh as fuck. They were so amazing. I missed the costume contest, and I really regret that. It was so... Like, the costume stuff is one of my favorite things to see at these events. If you see my photography stuff, or even some of my interviews that I do, I definitely focus on those type of folks. I can't help it. It's too cool. Wow, I do... Man, there's some stuff I must have forgotten. Okay. Okay. All right. I gotta keep going through this. Shaggy and the Creep's gonna be on at 8, so I'm trying to get this through before Shaggy and the Creep, because I went live last week when Shaggy and the Creep was on air, and I'm like, why is nobody in the chat? That's why Shaggy and the Creep's on, dummy. So we went down to main stage. Steve-O's hosting main stage that first night with DJ Chunk, his DJ. They love Steve-O down there. Steve-O did a bunch of his stunts. The free drink trick. If you're a fan of Steve-O, you've seen these shits before. He cut his tongue and painted his face with blood. He set his head on fire before ICP. As far as I know, the first time anybody ever has announced ICP is Steve-O. I didn't realize that was a thing until Steve-O kind of brought it up that no one ever announces ICP, but I'm like, yeah, no one does ever announce ICP. That's true. Huh, I guess that's a thing. I never really even put 2 and 2 together, but Steve-O's the first person ever to announce ICP, set his fucking head on fire. Yeah, so that was fun. He showed his butthole. I thought he was going to staple his nuts. I'll be honest with you. I thought he was going to staple his goddamn nuts to his leg like he used to when, you know, back in the day. I guess that's maybe a little bit too crazy for sober Steve-O these days. Steve-O definitely was having a good time, but I could tell the motherfucker was just a little bit on edge. There was someone in the crowd yelling some shit about Bam. And every time that would happen, he would kind of get a jittery eye looked about him. So I think he was on edge a little bit. But I could tell the homie had a lot of fun. If you follow his social medias, it looked like he had a fucking blast. So down there, we see Nine Dead was first. Really good sound. I liked them a lot. Could tell they were legit down with the Gathering and the Juggalos. The guitarist came out and he was like crying. He was like pointing to his face, and he was crying. He could pointing to his arm. He had goosebumps, and you could tell that dude especially was down as fuck. Shouts out to that guitarist. I don't know your name, homie, but I love your guys' band. Your band was great. I enjoyed your music, and they were throwing shirts into the crowd, and Cherry Pie very clearly wanted one, and we're all pointing like, yo, over here, she wants one. And so they throw one to her, and it's going to her, obviously, because he points to her, and he's like, her, and so he throws it. This is the guitarist dude, by the way, same dope ninja guitarist dude. And guitarist dude throws it a little bit too far, and the ninja behind her grabs it, because he's a little bit taller than Cherry Pie, and everyone's kind of looking at this ninja holding it above Cherry Pie's head. Like, are you going to do the right thing? And he does the right thing, and he gives it to Cherry Pie. That was a fresh moment. Yeah, shout out to the Nine Dead, man. You guys were awesome. All right, then I went to go kill some time before NASCAR Aloe, and I ended up missing just a little bit of the start of his set. I really regret that, because apparently NASCAR Aloe was pulling some shenanigans. And now a lot of people aren't really talking about NASCAR shenanigans because they're getting a little bit overshadowed by Danny Brown. But Mr. NASCAR Aloe was definitely, I don't know what was going on there. When I got down there, he was in his underwear, and he was barely rapping any of the songs. And I'm like, what is going on? He's saying weird things to the crowd, like, I know I do suck, and I perform like a dumbass dog, but hey, at the end of the day, I'm only an opener. Which that quote has been in my head for a while. At the end of the day, I'm only an opener. He's not wrong. He's allowed to suck. That's what he said. I'm allowed to suck. He's definitely not wrong. But I'm a fucking huge fan of NASCAR, and even with the way he performed and doing that stuff, I feel like he kind of still murdered Static Mob Records. NASCAR fucking killed it. Hey, good night, Amy. Have a good night. Whoop whoop. He did the show. He did show his butthole. I saw someone's clip of that. I found a clip of him still wearing his clothes. So I started watching that. I saw that they were, I heard from someone that they were throwing, 17 people in the chat. Whoop whoop. I saw that he was not catching, he was going to run after the beers they were throwing and finishing them, him and his little goth homie there. Did anyone catch that other performer's name, by the way, the goth homie? I'm not that familiar with NASCAR's stuff, so I don't know who that is. I fucking loved his shit though. I just got into his music from the Gathering announcement, and I did not realize it was the same dude on ACAB until after the Gathering announcement. But god damn it, it's cool as shit to see him. I wish he would have hit more of his words though. But I feel like this was a bit. I feel like he almost was doing this as a bit. He definitely is influenced by punk rock, and you know, stage antics are a very big thing in certain corners of punk rock. So I feel like this was almost a bit. But yeah, his homie was dope too. His homie did a song, kind of closed out the set, honestly. Homie showed his butthole. NASCAR showed his butthole. They asked him to show his butthole. I saw the video. He was very willing to show his butthole. Boy, I wish I was down there to see NASCAR Alo's butthole in person. But hey, you're gonna miss stuff at the Gathering. You're gonna miss all the dope shit, you know? Like, what are you gonna do? You're just gonna miss buttholes, and there's other buttholes though, you know what I mean? That's the thing you gotta remember about the Gathering of the Juggalos. If you miss one butthole, there's always gonna be another butthole you're gonna run into. Alright. We're getting very silly. Yeah, I know I do suck is really funny to me. At the end of the day, I'm only an opener. I'm allowed to suck. So anyway, Kid and Play was next. I don't know a lot about Kid and Play. I do know that Jay and Shaggy love referencing kick-stepping, though. And when they actually did the kick-step, that crowd popped. And that was so fucking dope to me that they popped for the kick-step. One of my highlights, honestly, is the kick-step and the crowd going, yeah! Just kick-stepping with Shags, trying to dance. I looked down and my nuts were kick-stepping. Anyway, I'm a fucking nerd, you guys. I'm a fucking nerd. I met Shade. Shouts out to fucking Shade Hecka, man. Shade came up and introduced himself to me. I'm sure I would have introduced myself to him if I saw him before he saw me, but the motherfucker saw me first, so shouts out to him for coming up and saying hello. Shade's the shit, man. Young Juggalo rapper on the come up. If you don't know Shade's music, go check him out. Very young, fresh vibe. I'm looking forward to see what he comes up with, man. His shit's cool, man. Shouts out to fucking Shade, man. I really like that dude. Really nice dude. Really good energy on that dude too. I liked him. So after Kid and Play, which I did enjoy, by the way, don't get me wrong. I never seen the House Party movies, and only kind of heard their songs like through other people, or like in other forms of media, if you will. Frankly, I kind of need to go see the House Party movies now, I feel like. Vanilla Ice was amazing. Vanilla Ice was one of the best performers. Maybe the best performer of the whole weekend. Controversial statement. As far as actual, like, just everything being so I was down there when he was doing his sound check, right? And I knew he was doing everything correct, because he was sound checking every drum. He was sound checking every let's make sure the triggers are working on this. Nah, it's still not working right. He was really spending his time to do that shit up proper. So I knew that was going to be a great set just from how much time and energy he was spending on the sound check. But goddamn, that sound was amazing, and he killed it. Really fun set. And that leads us into the ICP performance of Bizarre Bazaar. Now, I tweeted this. To me, this Bizarre Bazaar set was worth the whole Gathering. If I only went for just this Bizarre Bazaar show, it would have been worth it to me. Jay fucking killed it. Nailed everything. I didn't notice a single fucking fuck up from the dude. He fucking murdered it. I was so fucking excited and proud of Violent fucking Jay murdering that shit. Shouts out to fucking Violent Jay. Rocking the Violent J fucking butterfly shirt, by the way. We're going to be talking about fucking Violent J in a little bit here. I got some shit I got to say. We're going to go into Shaggy and the Creep, but I don't give a fuck, because I got to talk about all this shit. Hopefully they go late and some of y'all stick with me. Or if you don't, yo, check the fucking replay. I got some stuff I got to say about this. But Bizarre Bazaar show was amazing. It was packed like a motherfucker out there. They ended up doing, basically, they didn't do Bizarre Bazaar stuff just from the albums. They did an era show. Like the Amazing Jekyll Brothers era shows, where they would just do songs from that era. They did an era show. They did motherfucking Toxic Love. They did 50 Bucks. I was fucking losing my mind for Toxic Love. Toxic Love is one of my favorite ICP songs. It was so fucking packed. If you turned around, you couldn't. If you were trying to get out of that motherfucker, good luck during ICP, because it was so packed. You couldn't see ground if you turned around. It was just jugs as far as the eye can see. Beautiful fucking sight. Shaggy said that at one moment. That what a sight to see. Jugs as far as the eye can see, man. So awesome. Vibes were, honestly, spoiler alert, slightly, that's the most packed it was the whole weekend, was Thursday. So, after Bazaar Bazaar, it was pretty late by that point. I think they finished, it was damn near 1. Maybe later. I can't remember. It might have been a little bit after 1. So we go, I'm walking around some more. We go and I think we smoked a little bit. We checked out the Blacklight party, and yeah, I forgot the wrestling. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. I either was just in such a tired brain state that my brain wasn't working right, or I just did not care. I don't know what was going on with me, but I just like completely spaced on the wrestling and didn't see that shit, and I'm really upset that I didn't. I was crashing, and I definitely, this was my earliest night. Pretty early for me. I went back at about 3:30 to the hotel to crash finally, because I knew I had to perform the next day. So I wanted to get a little bit extra sleep. So I get back to the hotel, and what do we got here? Is a Def. I'm mad, man. Ooh, what do we got here? Let me catch up on this stuff. Is a Def, sup among, did you stay at a hotel or both? Did you meet more people from 2019? I definitely met a lot of people from 2019. I stayed at the hotel as far as sleep. I was out there. If I wasn't sleeping, I wasn't at the hotel. I only went to the hotel to sleep, and I barely did that. Yeah, I barely did that. Still catching up on sleep. Vanilla Ice blew my wig back. Static Mob said, dude, that shit was so fucking dope. Isadef says, I'm mad, man, but your hair curler wants to melt myself to drink a whole lot of fantasy pop. Or are you getting Incredible Hulk vibes from my, that's a Hennessy drink, right? $50 was an amazing surprise. I can't agree more, man. Jugs as far as the eye can see, you know it. Okay, so Friday I got up and I showered. I rehearsed for a while because I had to perform. Got back out there around 12:30. I met Joker again, who was out on top of the hill hustling some Faygo. He moved all the Faygo he brought, so shouts out to the Joker, one of the many Jokers. Met a really cool vendor who was hustling her tumblers with that she hand painted. I don't want to say her name because she was kind of trying to be low key, but she was really fucking dope and friendly and had really cool designs. I had actually seen her stuff floating around on the Gathering and not realized it, and I had seen her stuff online because she showed me one of her designs. I was like, oh yeah, I've definitely seen your stuff before. But very friendly. She invited me onto her bus and showed me her wares, some of the stuff she wasn't really showing out front. Yeah, really cool. Just very friendly vibes. Hung out with her for like, her and Joker, I hung out up there for maybe like a half hour before I even went down the damn hill. But I finally go down the hill, filming people, Black Inuyasha from 2019, if y'all saw him walking around. He was walking around again getting mad love. You asked about someone from 2019, is a Def. That's definitely someone that I met in 2019 that I re-met. There's a few faces from 2019 that will show up in the new shit. You motherfucker. Is a Def. Alright, this motherfucker. Whoop whoop, Adventures of Moo Man. It's nice meeting you, man. Is a Def says, this motherfucker. Is a Def says, hey Among, did you meet Jay and did he make you get a stiffy? Really, bro? Really? That's what we're doing in here? Do you know what Violent J announced at the Gathering? Are you just a troll on my shit? Are you even a Jug? I'm just kidding, is it deaf? But I did not meet Violent J. I did meet Shaggy 2 Dope though. So what about that? But I didn't pay for the VIP. I'm going to though, because I talked to somebody about the Bigfoot stuff and I regret not doing it. I can say that now. We're going to talk about my regrets at the end though. I did not meet Violent J. No, he didn't give me a stiffy. Pff, pff. Clown love, clown love. I'm just fucking with you, is it deaf? I like I like to fuck with you a little bit because you like to fuck with me. All right. Where was I? Oh my God. Is it deaf? You threw me off with the stiffy shit, man. All right. Yeah, I interviewed the dude about the Bigfoot hunt. I was talking about the Bigfoot hunt. So without spoiling too much, he said they were doing some gore effects out there, and I really regret not doing it now that I know that they went and did some extra shit for that. And yeah, it would have been dope to meet Violent J and get a fucking stiffy, man. I would have liked to get a fucking stiffy with Jay. But yeah, I think after this gathering, I'm convinced that I'm gonna have to do the VIP experience and meet these guys, because I have to tell Violent J how much his shit means to me, and yeah, I really got to tell him that. So I'm almost certainly gonna do a VIP experience here, either here in September, if I can make it out in September. I'm trying to, or in October. For the Hallowicked show. I'm kinda maybe gonna try to be aiming for the Hallowicked show, because I've never been to a Hallowicked, and but I want the Ultra Live Monster 5 shits, but COVID might be shutting everything down again anyway, so I'm just kind of playing it by ear now. So after that, I went up to TPE camp, and Shaggy 2 Dope was, somebody was up there. I don't know if I should say that. Fuck. I think TP might be. I might have fucked that up. Somebody was up there. I got footage of Crazy McCormick. Had to leave to go to main stage to see Zitro's set, who I met on Wednesday. Shout out to Zitro getting his main stage debut there. Big fucking deal. Whitney Payton was down there, killing shit. She did all kinds of shit where she was like standing on the crowd's hands performing. I got some footage of that. She was performing on a floaty, riding the crowd. Got footage of that. Really cool shit. Oh man, so much stuff. Cherry Pie was spreading the gospel of Bigfoot this day quite a bit, and there was a photographer that took her photo and filmed her a little bit, and they ended up being from Noise from the Pit, and sure enough, she got posted and went semi-viral. So shouts out to Cherry Pie for spreading the good gospel of Bigfoot and going semi-viral. That was funny as hell. She was doing that shit for mad long though, yo. She was doing that shit for so long. Met a cool ass dude named Cold. Very good vibes on that motherfucker. Shouts out Cold, man. It was very nice meeting you. Let's see. Dropout Kings were next. They were a replacement for Upon a Burning Body. But yeah, man, they were down there, and there was not many people down there, and they still killed the shit. I kind of missed some of their set, but the stuff I caught was fucking awesome. Really. Hey, Silver Stasher, you're the one I interviewed, man. Shouts out, dude. I love that you're in here, bro. Thank you for fucking talking to me, man. The dude I interviewed for the Bigfoot hunts in the fucking chat. That's what's up. Thank you for coming on the fucking stream and checking the shit out, bro. Thank you for doing the interview, too. Let's see. Let me catch up. I'm in the chat. Might as well. Clown love, clown love. Adventures of Move, man. I haven't met the clowns yet, which is surprising to me. I did meet Vanilla Ice this time around, though. Hell yeah, dude. Was he walking around or some shit? Or did you, were you down there like me, just chilling at the stage for the sound check shit? Slunkster says, I wish I could have been there. That's dope they played Toxic Love. It's really dope they did, man. That was a very nice surprise. Among, did you get any free food? If not, did you meet Blase Rose at the food court? Was it different? So, I got a free water from the nice Christian juggalos that were by the ticket tent. And I did meet Blase Rose again. Oddly enough, kind of by the food court again. So you were, you're kind of right on the money from that. So yeah, I did talk to Blase briefly on Saturday. Just said hello to her because she was just there as I was walking by, so I said hello real quick. Jumped on stage. Adventures of Moon Man. I jumped on stage during the first night at the end of ICP set. Went over to him and he was chill about it. That's what's up, man. She did not show me her net in. She did not show me her net in. She was on her phone. I didn't want to bug her. I just said hello and, you know, she said thank you for saying hi and that was it. No, no, no. Don't get any ideas. Don't get any ideas now. Although I wouldn't have said no, by the way, if she wanted to. Just making myself clear. Yeah, I wish I would have caught more of Dropout Kings. You guys get me so distracted. Ari the Rugged Man was holding that shit down for the Jugs. I know he reps pretty hard for the Juggalos. He mentioned his niece was a Juggalo, so I think that's one of the reasons why he does fuck around with Juggalos so hard, because he's got fam that are Jugs. After that, it was the Ouija Max set, and this was the second crowded that it was the whole weekend, I would say. Ouija Mac had a whole stage set. It was kind of like a ghetto setup with the wasteland in the backdrop, background thing, and he rolled out with the Tesla, which kind of blew my mind because I did not expect that, assuming his Tesla's parked in California somewhere. Probably a rental Tesla that they got from fucking Ohio or some shit, but still blew my fucking mind. Killer set, man. Killer set from Ouija. His fucking main stage debut at the Gathering of the Juggalos. Legendary moment. Legendary moment at the Gathering of the Juggalos. Shouts out to fucking Ouija Mac. I did not get a chance to talk to Ouija Mac this time. He was busy rolling carts over and doing all kinds of wild shit like that. Shouts out to fucking Ouija, though. I'm sure that motherfucker had a great gathering, other than maybe rolling his cart. I hope he's okay. There's a girl who hurt her foot from that, because he was that was the VIP stuff he was doing when he rolled that cart. So hopefully that homegirl's okay. Hopefully everybody's okay that was on that cart. He had these demonic animals in robes that were coming out as sort of like his stage clowns, if you will. That was fresh as fuck. He had these interludes that were sort of dubsteppy interludes. I'm not quite sure what the purpose for those were, but people seem to be fucking popping hard for them. I hope everyone got home safe. I hope everyone did too. Yeah, for sure. I hope everyone's home by now. I did talk to one girl who was from Portland and mentioned she had like a 36-hour drive or some crazy shit like that. So she might not be home yet, but goddamn. Hopefully everyone else is and home safe. Yeah, packed but not as packed as Bizarre Bazaar was. I might be wrong, but I swear to me it was Bizarre Bazaar was the height of almost the whole weekend. It was the most packed. It was definitely the second most packed. Was maybe Ouija, maybe ICP. It's kind of up in the air to me. I almost feel like Ouija was more packed than ICP the last night at this point. I'll be honest. I don't know what that was about. I'm going to talk a bit about it when I get to Saturday here in a second, though, because we're wrapping up Friday. Let's see. Legendary gathering moment, though, hands down. Ouija Max set. After that, I had to go to the parking lot for my performance. I ended up missing wrestling again because of it, which was the bone, but it is what it is. And I missed Dayton Family, which was also the bone. It took a lot longer than I thought. I ended up having to help out with some technical difficulties. The show computer crashed, and I had to use this streaming laptop, which I don't use for music stuff, to do music stuff. And yeah, I couldn't read some people's hard drives. I'm sorry I couldn't read your hard drive. Nothing I can do. I tried my best. I'm just a performer, and I ended up having to kind of do DJ duties a little bit. But thank you so much to Michael Wallace, who put that together, giving me an opportunity to perform at the Gathering of the Juggalos parking lot. But nonetheless, it's still the Gathering of the Juggalos, and I don't give a fuck. Hopefully next year we can do it up bigger and better. Shout out to Plantman for hosting it. I kept running into Plantman that whole time. Got to the point where I knew it was you behind the mask, homie. Let's see. I went back when I finally went back after my performance. By the way, I'm sorry, Michael, and any of the other artists that I couldn't stay. I typically like to stay around and catch all the artists at a show that I perform on, but I could not stay around. I had to go see some other shit down there. Inner City Posse was calling my name, but unfortunately, for not, because they canceled Inner City Posse. They ended up having to do a lot of moving around of stuff. I guess the first night there was a noise complaint, so they ended up having to cancel some of the stuff on the main stage and move it to the tent. I don't know how that worked out, but the bubble party got canceled basically, from what I can tell, and they were performing in the tent. So when I'm walking down here hill, I can hear Vampiro being announced as the new JCW champion. I'm like, fuck, I missed it. Walking down to the performances, and Dayton Family is wrapping up their set, and I'm like, fuck, I missed it. I think I heard Cocaine and they were done. Oh, you're teasing me, Bobby. Okay, here we go. Let me catch up on this. Oh, we got more chats in here than I thought. D-Rock says, what's good with you, Humble? Met you when you pulled up at the Gathering first recording. Yeah, what's up, guys? Dude, I talked about you earlier in the stream, man. Thank you for talking to me. You guys were a warm welcome. One of the best ways I could have possibly rolled in. Thank you so much for being so nice to me. The EDM shit and his new song. But there was more than just the EDM shit. It was not just that song. I thought it was just that song. He'd had like 4 or 5 of those boys. So I don't know if he's working on an EDM album and that was like a sneak peek. Did you know if Ouija had his Gutter Water vinyl for sale there? He definitely did. I'm pretty sure he had the Gutter Water. He had a couple. No, he definitely had Gutter Water. I want to say he had a couple of vinyl, but that's not right. Is a Def Among, did you notice that Ouija Mac made his Apart from Heather from the V70 show with a baby sister? I don't know what you just said there, Is a Def. I'll be straight up with you, dog. I have no idea what you just said there, bro. I have no idea. Silver Stasher, I watched some of your music videos earlier. They were dope. I didn't know you made music. Yeah, I'm really bad at promoting my music. By the way, I make music. Go check out my music. Second, Bobby C says, second night wrestling was so fire. Corp returned. I heard. We got Mickey Knuckles, Shane Douglas. I saw Shane was in the house. Man, I fucked up by missing that, man. I'm so regretting missing the wrestling. I heard Corp was whipping ass in the fucking Rumble. He came back in the Rumble, I heard, and was whipping ass. And I heard Shaggy was busting his balls the entire time on announcement. So I really wish I would have saw that. I didn't get there in time to see you perform, fam. I wish I did, though. I didn't get there until about 5 p.m. the first night. Totally missed the parking lot. Hey, man, no worries. There was like 10 people out in that bitch. And honestly, if I wanted to be in there, too. So I wasn't trying to hold motherfuckers to come see simple old me out in the fucking parking lot when there's dope shit like wrestling going on there that I'd rather see. All due respect to myself, I killed that shit out in the parking lot, but goddamn, I wanted to be in there. Among, did you smoke mad blunts? I smoked blunts. I actually was pretty chill with my smoking. It was kind of hard to find time to like sit and roll a blunt or something, bro. It was like a lot of shit going on. Adventures of Moon Man. Wrestling shouldn't have been on main stage. I couldn't see anything because all the lows on stage. Whoa, really? They were selling that shit too, like it was going to be way fresher it being on stage. All right, guys, Palcast is up. All y'all heading out for the Palcast. I totally understand. Please check the rest of the stream though. I'm gonna keep doing this though because I still have to talk about Saturday. There are a few short parts in them between songs. You're right. Yeah, there was like a 5 of them. I think I counted. A girl jumped the rail and got in the ring. I think I heard about that. Yeah, I think I was talking to a worker on Saturday, and I think he told me about that. I'm gonna try to wrap this up quickly though, guys. I know you guys are gonna drop off like flies when you realize the Palcast is on. Did you run it Element Only 8? Did you run into any other Juggalo YouTubers? I sure did. TPE Camp was very welcoming. Crazy McCormick I ran into. Oh man, some either non-Juggalo YouTubers. There's a fella named Yakov I'm gonna get on here who has some paranormal stuff that he wants to talk about. Yeah, none of the workers knew if she was in the match or not. That's what the dude said to me. That there was a girl that no one knew. I ended up being on stage for JCW, 100,000% worth it. Yeah. All right, let me get into these motherfucking chat boys. Or chat. What am I talking about? Oh yeah. So Inner City Posse did not perform. Basically, a guy came on and announced, like, sorry guys, the guys cannot make it. It was 4 a.m. by that point. So I walked around a little bit disappointed and then just went back to the hotel to get some sleep. So Saturday, last day, I woke up feeling a little bit bummed that it was the last day. Hey, shouts out to Yackleby. Yeah, I definitely want to have you on to talk about that paranormal shit, man. That sounds intriguing. I'm going to have you on one of my panel shows for sure. I want to do an open panel show about the Gathering here probably this week. Okay. But yeah, I really am intrigued by that because I definitely was picking on some light paranormal vibes myself. So I was going to talk about that on here, honestly, but when you hit me up, I was like, yo, I want to maybe save that for a whole nother thing. So Saturday, I woke up and I decided I need to use the goddamn pool in my hotel and hot tub in my hotel because there was a fucking pool in that bitch and I didn't use it at all. Or I wouldn't have used it at all if I didn't use it that morning. So I went down there and there were some girls in the pool. And, I'm, doing my thing, swimming around, and another girl comes in the pool. And, one thing leads to another, and 4 of us in a hot tub, humble among, and 3 girls in the goddamn hot tub. Hey, living my best life, what can I say? That was fresh as fuck. Really cool girls, too. I really enjoyed talking to them. Kind of made loose plans to hang out with each other and smoke at the Gathering, but I fucked up and didn't ask for them digits, y'all. Ask for the digits. Don't assume you're gonna find motherfuckers at the Gathering. While I'm talking about asking for digits, I might as well bring this up. I was gonna save this towards the end. The Juggalo thirst is very real at the fucking Gathering, and by the last day, that Juggalo thirst was almost unbearable. Now, I was hanging out with the homegirl Cherry Pie, and she was getting hit on by a lot of guys. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? A lot of those guys thought I was her man. I'm not her man, I'm her homie. So there's a lot of funny interactions with that dynamic going on. But I can tell she was getting pretty fucking sick of it by the last day. And honestly, I was getting sick of it too, having to fucking politely put up with it. There was some cheesy ass shit going on with ninjas trying to get boobies, girls to just flash. Really cheesy moves. It was almost insufferable at towards the end of the day, because and I'll be straight up. I talked to another girl who I can't reveal too much about this, but I talked to another girl who told me some really fucking funny shit about the desperation of the Juggalos at the Gathering and the thirst and how the thirst is real. Boy, I wish I could elaborate on that, but I really can't. I just want to say, Juggalos, work on your game a little bit. Relax. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Be yourself. Just be yourself. Just try to be who you really are. Talk to them like a person, maybe. Not an object you want something from. Couple of little tips for talking to females in general, not just at the Gathering, but in general. A lot of you Juggalos could use. Maybe that'll be a video. Humble Among gives you advice on talking to women. Where's my more notes about this goddamn shit? Because this was the Gathering thirst. Here we go. A lot of desperate male Juggalos trying to get laid or just see some boobs. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I basically touched on everything. Okay. But yeah, the desperation was pretty unbearable by that last day. So Saturday, I went swimming, showered after I went swimming, then went back down to the Gathering. And I hung out there very briefly, got some more footage, and went to TPE camp, hung out with them for a while. Shout out to Clayton, who I was hanging out with a little bit at TPE camp, talking to him about some stuff, we related on some stuff for sure. And we were chilling by the seminar tent, waiting for the seminar to start, and I was fucking feeling the heat. That's probably when I got this forehead burn here. And Clayton was very nice to go and grab me a water real quick. We went and got a water. That saved my ass, dog, Clayton. That really saved my ass, man. Thank you so much for that. That was when I briefly talked to the wrestler as well. And without further ado, let's get into the fucking ICP seminar. This is really heavy shit. But I'm gonna put a different spin on it than a lot of these YouTubers are doing, because a lot of you guys are out there. A lot of you guys are out there spinning it very negatively. A lot of you guys are acting like this man's dead. This man's not dead, okay? This man has figured out a way for us to stretch this shit out longer. This man has figured out a way to preserve this fucking magic. So let's not act like the man's dead and freak him out, okay? There's actually a post that, before I even get too far into this, I want to read a post that Blase Rose made. I know some of you feel a certain type of way about Blase, but I think she hit some really good points here. Before I even get into the seminar stuff, I want to hit this. Blase posted, "Please do not message me anything asking about Jay and his personal health. Yes, he came out and told the world something very personal and private, so please respect his privacy. Imagine dealing with such a diagnosis in your own life, and then imagine all the individual people who come up and talk to you bringing it up, hundreds, thousands of times over, expressing their sadness, all their sorries, all their advice, all the remedies people will say, or stories of their friends and family with the same thing. Yes, he knows y'all love him, but don't scare him, please. Don't treat him differently now. He's having enough of a time already without this being the topic and basis of his life with Juggalos too. He had a choice. He has every right and reason to just retire completely and leave us with everything there and just be done with it. But that didn't even cross his mind. Instead, he instantly started to figure out what he can do instead. He never once thought about leaving us because he never will. If that doesn't prove how much he truly loves us, then I don't know what will. Most of us have never had that kind of love and loyalty before. For most of us, the people who were supposed to love us before never loved us to begin with. Most of us were abandoned. He will never abandon us. Please, don't start talking random shit you think you saw and spreading it around. Oh yeah, man, his hand was shaking during the blah blah blah. Shut up, dude. No, it wasn't. If it was, it doesn't mean it's because of his fucking AFib. It wasn't. I've already had enough random people hit me up like this. Don't start assuming shit again. Y'all assumed he was a fucking drug addict. Y'all bitched about canceled shows and late podcasts, made up your own reason why that shit was happening, never thinking maybe there was a good reason for it. Point is, shut up. Now, shouts out to her for that, because that was what I was feeling during that announcement. None of us knew what was going on with Violent J. A lot of us fucking assumed. And a lot of you out there talked a lot of fucking shit about this fucking man who built this fucking world for us. And it really annoys me that I'm now seeing a lot of you motherfuckers who were talking so much shit about this dude and acting like you never did. Fucking apologize. If you were talking that shit, fucking apologize. Now, I don't get negative on this shit very much, but I'm seeing this shit and it's fucking making me really upset, okay? So just fucking apologize if you talked some shit about this man. Don't be fronting out there like you weren't, okay? Because I know some of you fucking were, and I know some of the ones that fucking were are on here acting like they weren't. Just apologize. Be a fucking good person and apologize if you were. Now, without further ado, the fucking seminar. Sorry I got a little heated there, but it fucking pisses me off. And Blase has a good fucking point. The man could have quit. The man could have just stopped. He figured out a way for us to do this. So stop acting like this shit's over. This shit ain't over. They're gonna ride till the wheels fall off, like Shaggy said. So I have a very different spin than a lot of these people, YouTubers, have on this shit. So without further ado, the seminar, and here's my notes on it, and I'm gonna talk about this shit as we go through. Jay said he has suffered from insomnia for years, and he didn't sleep for 3 days before the gathering even started. Now that's why he canceled the Inner City Posse show, because he was ready to sleep, and he was afraid that something bad was going to happen. Now, if you take that in regards to what he announces next, that completely makes sense why he would be afraid. So let's apply that logic to some of the other shows that were canceled, and maybe he was. We were purely speculating on what he was doing in his life, but now we know something else was going on that was affecting him. And here's the thing: a lot of you guys didn't pick up on the fact that Jay said that they went to the hospital for this shit when COVID was first starting. This happened last year, guys. He went to that hospital last year. If you're paying attention, he went to the hospital last year. They've known about this for a little bit. They said they had a meeting and decided they need to tell us. That's why that seminar happened. Sorry, I'm a little upset. This is I'm frankly a little pissed off about some of this shit right now. Yeah, Jay said he was getting winded walking to the mailbox, walking to the studio during COVID, and it was making him concerned. Jump Steady, his brother, brought him to the hospital. He got an ultrasound. When I heard ultrasound, my heart sunk. I was afraid it was going to be the big C, or I don't know. It was just I was definitely afraid once I heard ultrasound. But he said it was heart failure. He has an AFib. Medications aren't necessarily working. They shocked him twice. The shock didn't work the first time. Shock worked for a little while the second time. They're trying things, but he has an AFib, and it's the more serious kind. He is scared. You can see and hear in his voice he's scared. So, like Blase said, let's not make him more freaked out and act like he's dead. Let's not act like he's gone, guys. That's the thing that's upsetting me, is a lot of people are treating this, and maybe they shouldn't have called it a farewell tour. I think that's sending the wrong message to people. But let's not act like he's fucking dead. He's still here, and he's figuring out a way to make this shit go a lot longer for us. So that's the way I'm looking at it. I'm taking the positives with this announcement. The negatives are what they are, man. There's nothing we can do to change that. Let's take these positives. We're going to get more new music. Shows aren't going away. Shows are still going to be a thing. Shows will probably be iller because he's going to have more time to prepare for them and kill that shit. So let's not act like this shit's over. This shit ain't over. They're just getting started, like Shaggy was saying. They can't do things like they used to. No more regular touring. Still going to do special shows. More new music. The Farewell Tour has a deceiving name. It's not over. I've already said all this stuff. Jay has figured out a way for this to last longer, to preserve it for us as long as possible. It's a straight up case of roll till the wheels fall off this bitch. That's a Shaggy 2-Dope quote. Next show is the hair metal band show from the 80s in New Mexico at the end of September. Patreon will continue. Yum Yum is done, out on Halloween. They're putting their all into Patreon, which, by the way, becomes pretty clear what's going on with some of the Patreon stuff now. That's obviously going to be a replacement for some of the touring income. It seems like maybe a semi-permanent replacement, and I'm here for it. I fuck with that Patreon content. Give me more. Give me more content. I honestly love that shit. That's what got me started doing these videos on YouTube, is this Patreon reaction shit. And I might even go back and start reacting to the old ones that I never reacted to. What do you guys think of that, huh? Yeah, they're putting their all into it. Shouted out Jump Steady, Jump Steady's the man. He does so much shit. Next year will be the Gathering of Dreams, the Nightmare stage, the Joke Your Mind stage, and each day, Jump Steady, Shaggy, and Jay individually will program all of the Gathering. So I thought they were just saying it was just going to be main stage. They're programming the whole thing, the whole day, is what they're saying. So we're going to have a Jump Steady day, a Jay day, a Shaggy day. Inner City Posse will be at that next show, and the hair metal show. Violent J claims that Walking Home will be better than Wizard of the Hood. And yeah, this isn't a bad thing. Let me catch up on the chat. This is not a bad thing. Everybody is acting like this is a bad thing. Yacklebee's Bar and Grill said had a moderate spiritual awakening. Bro, in 2019 I kind of did too. So this is this is good stuff. That's definitely, I would love to talk to you about that. Among the crowd seemed bigger than 2019. Did you what? Yo, I don't know what you're saying half the time, is a def. Among the crowd seemed bigger. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it how you wrote it, dog. Among the crowd seemed bigger than 2019. Did you heat? Did it feel better? Lather us. Does anyone in the chat know what that means? I don't know what it means. Laffy Taffy says, humble forever. Thank you, Laffy. Did I call you Laffy Taffy again? Little Taffy. God damn it. I'm worked up over this motherfucker. Gotta run, watch the replay. Yo, shots, goodbye. You guys are probably gone. Hey, Among, did you hang out with Vanilla Milkshakes? I saw his sound check. I didn't hang out with him. You tell them you're the man. Thank you. Thank you. I know I'm the man. I love Violent J. He never hates. I think he is beautiful. He is smart. He is a beautiful and smart man. He's a fucking brilliant man. And that's another thing I want to say. Give this motherfucker his flowers. I've been giving this motherfucker his flowers for years. Him being, fuck it, the best storyteller in music. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The motherfucker's not only the best storyteller in rap, he's the best storyteller in music. I'll go that fucking crazy. I don't care. I listen to a lot of different kinds of music and no one can tell a story like Violent J. No one. I've been giving this man his flowers this whole time, so I'm glad to see some of y'all have fucking caught up to me. Oh my god, here we go. Joker's Gallery, I like this. Bringing up the clown compound. Oh, I'm skipping. Hold on, I'm skipping shit. Thanks for the sticker, Whoop Whoop Ninja. Red side effect in the chat. It was very nice meeting you, man. You're welcome. I think I forgot to give stickers to a bunch of folks. I'm sorry if I did. Once again, hit me up and I'll mail you some shit out if I met you and I forgot to give you something. I was fucking all over the place. I hear that, homie. I think Jay has done so much, and I think we all appreciate his honesty. Yeah, man. I know I do. Joker's Gallery. This is the one I wanted to get to. Joker's Gallery. Once ICP gets the clown compound, they won't even have to tour. Juggalos can come to them. Hey, that's a really good point, Joker's Gallery. By the way, thank you for being in the chat. The epic saga is eternal, Slunkster said. I'm excited for the legacy of the 17 Joker's cards. Me too. And you know what? I think there's a better chance than ever that we're going to get all 17 now that the man is going to slow down and do things, at the right pace. Because you know what? Here's the other thing Violent J could have done. He could have decided to keep going hard as fuck. He could have decided to keep doing this unhealthy. He could have decided to not go to the doctor. He could have decided to do a lot of fucking things. He did the right fucking thing. He went to the doctor and he's taking the right measures to correct this shit. So this shit ain't over. He's doing the right thing, folks. Don't know if this chatted out earlier. What's good with you, Humble? Met you and pulled up at the Gathering first recording. Yeah, man. Yeah, thank you for fucking saying hello to me, man. This is good for Che, good for the Juggalos. Yes, we don't die. Yes. Love Violent Che. Yes, MMJ. Yes. He said he was Joker's Gallery. He said he was hoping Walking Home was going to be as good or better as Wizard. Not that it is better than Wizard for sure. Yeah. He said Inner City Posse will be opening for the fair. No, did he say that? I thought he was saying Inner City Posse will be at the next show, meaning the New Mexico show. Among what was breakfast feast? I got a breakfast sandwich, my guy. They had a pretty good layout of stuff, though. You could have made waffles, you could have made cereal. I did play, I did say. And are you even paying attention to the stream as a def? I did play. I played on Friday night. I kind of brushed over it, but yeah, I went and after main stage, I went up to the parking lot. Yeah, when I was talking about, missing the wrestling and shit, that's what I was talking about. I met Yakov after the seminar. Said he streams. I didn't even realize that you weren't a Juggalo YouTuber. That's one of the reasons I want you on, because I think that's dope as fuck. That you're not even a Juggalo YouTuber and you want to come on this shit. That's fresh. But yeah, look, we're gonna set that up, Yakov. That's I'm fucking intrigued as hell by your take on this stuff. because honestly, I had a very similar experience in 2019 and an even stronger experience this time. So I would love to compare notes, if you will, on that kind of stuff and just talk about that kind of stuff. I'd love to do a whole stream on just the paranormal. I think I'm gonna just do it as a whole stream on the paranormal aspect of this shit in general because there is so much paranormal shit that goes into it. They wanted me to do. Isadef asked how much time did I play. They only wanted me to do. Oh no, they wanted me to do like 20 minutes or something, but they were hard for time and motherfucking rappers, man. Let me talk about this. Motherfucking rappers will do way longer than they're supposed to, and just no one will call them out for it. So there was a bunch of openers that did longer than they should have, and you know that's all well and good, but you pushed off a lot of the motherfuckers that were trying to get up there and perform. There was one kid that didn't get to perform at all, and so I actually ended up. Michael wanted me to do my whole set, the whole 15, 20-minute set, but I ended up cutting 2 songs because I felt bad for some of these motherfuckers that were getting asked out. So I only did like about 10 minutes. But there was only like 10 people up there, and they were asleep practically. So I was just trying to get out there. I feel like I killed the shit. King Cringe was up there repping for me. So King Cringe said I killed the shit. Hey, Michael said I killed the shit. Hey, what can I do? Hopefully next year at the Gathering of Dreams we can do this way bigger though. Yeah, bro. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that, Yak. We're definitely gonna do that. All right, where was I? All right, I gotta get back on schedule. We're like an hour and a half, and I still got a few notes here to talk about. Longest stream ever. So yeah, I was talking about meeting Yakov. So about that point after the seminar, I realized I need to get gas in the car for the trip home the next day, and I'm out of ice and it's hot as fuck. You can see my sunburn gimmick there. That's from the last day. That sun was bumping. Hottest day by far was Saturday. The sun was out. No overcast clouds for the sun to hide behind. So yeah, it was hot as shit. Like 94, 95 degrees was the high. And yeah, you could tell Juggalo's energy was sapped this whole day. The energy was definitely different on Saturday than any other day. Energy was low all day. Not as many people at the stages. I think a lot of people left early. Someone said a lot of people even left the first night, which would make sense with my every main stage night. It seemed a little bit less people thing. So I went back and got some more ice, did a stupid thing where I forgot the cap on my Yeti cooler and spilt a bunch of water inside my car that I had to soak up with a towel. That ended up causing me a little bit of headache and a little bit longer of a time to get back down there. But when I got back down there to the tent, I'm sitting down there watching a Juggalo game show. They basically are doing like a blackjack type thing. And, just minding my own business. And a golf cart pulls up right beside me outside the tent. I look over, and it's motherfucking Danny Brown. Now, I'm a huge Danny Brown fan. I was so psyched that he was going to be at the Gathering. I told him that. I told him he's one of my favorite rappers. I love the fact that you fuck with ICP so heavy and the Juggalo so heavy. And on some Detroit shit. And he's like, of course, man, of course. He was very nice. And he was there with a streamer named SFond TV. Now, I don't know much about this dude, but apparently he's fucking crazy popular. They were doing an IRL stream that if you go and look at this SFond TV, you can see me geeking out at about the 35-minute mark. You can see me marking out for Danny fucking Brown and asking for a picture. I was marking out so hard I didn't even notice that it was Skywalker that took the picture. If I had noticed that, I would have marked out for him and be like, no, you get in here too, man. Holy shit. So, wait for that, though. I'm going to wait. We're going to wait till Danny goes on to talk about Danny. Sun was brutal, Silver Stasher says. Yeah, bro, that last day, that sun was bumping. Oh, my God. Just found out you mess with TP on their stream. Spot out. Hate I missed your performance. Hey man, don't hate, don't worry, man. It's like I said, if I had a choice to be down there or at my performance, I would have been down there. But I had to perform. I had to get one of the things marked off my bucket list. I technically performed at the Gathering. Check. Among I want your big picture slide next to Jay or Steve. I don't know. You say the wildest shit as a deaf. I can't figure out what you say half the time. Yo, MMJ in the chat says, I just unsubscribed from a podcast where they were clout Melvins talking to listeners like Jay died. People are gross. People are gross. And I skipped over this, but I saw a couple of gross things at the gathering. I don't usually like to talk about negative shit that I saw, but I'm gonna talk about two juff shit things that I saw personally with my own two peepers that I did not like. I saw a dude freaking out on mushrooms who needed help, and a dude started punching him. Now, they broke up the fight almost immediately, but it was fucking gross to see. Another time in the pit, I saw someone had a seizure, and they were trying to get help to this fucker who was having this, I shouldn't call him a fucker. They were trying to get help to this poor motherfucker on the ground. I still call him a fucker. They're trying to get help to this poor person on the ground, and this dude next to me takes a picture and posts it on Snapchat. And I was just so grossed out by it, I had to fucking walk away, because it was so fucking gross to me. You can say which if you don't want. I won't say it. If you want to say it in the chat, I won't say it out loud and blow up your spot, MMJ. But yo, I know what you're talking about. There's some. I saw something today that was like really fucking upsetting. That's what made me want to talk about it. Because I saw someone who I know for a fact talked mad shit, and I saw someone else trying to put themselves over. Someone from a pretty popular underground group post something about Violent J. And trying to put themselves over like they're the new denizens of the Dark Carnival shit. Fuck that shit too. That's some whack shit. Don't even get me started about that shit. Oh my god. Trying to keep these streams positive, you know what I mean? I try really hard not to focus on beef and negativity on these streams, but that really upsets me, and I had to talk about it. Wow, that shit got me heated again. So after Danny Brown, I went out and hung up with TPE Camp because I felt like I had not spent enough time with those dudes. And every time I ran into any of those dudes, and ladies, by the way, they were very friendly and accommodating, and they were so nice. Stony Low was so nice to extend the invitation to come out to their camp for the steak dinner. Well done, by the way, which pissed off, I think, some people, but hey, I ate that bitch. What do you want? What do you want me to do? Eat something I don't like to eat? I like it well done. What can I do? I ate that bitch like a savage, though, with my fingers and grease and shit. Anyway, you don't need to hear about that. I was hanging out with King of Whoopconda and Lil Taffy quite a bit at the TPE camp. They're the shit. I really had a good time hanging out with y'all. Can't wait to see you guys again, honestly. I believe Little Taffy said she has family in Vermont. So if they come up here, I'm fucking chilling with them. No fucking doubt. I'm making some time to chill with them because they were so cool. I had a great time talking with you guys. I can't wait to see you guys again. Thank you. Whoopconda provided all the steaks, by the way. So shouts out to Whoopconda. Chef Onstead on the fucking grill. I didn't even notice this, but someone said Chef Onstead was buck-ass naked grilling. Did I miss that? Was I really that distracted that I missed Chef Onstead buck-ass naked? I don't know. But anyway, thank you to Chef Onstead for grilling for everybody. Onstead got the bone. I didn't realize this, but Onstead got the bone and someone stole a bunch of his shit. I wish I would have realized that. Onstead, if you're watching this, send me your fucking address, man. I want to send you a little care package of Humble Among shit. If you don't fuck with Humble Among shit like that, though, you don't have to send me your address. I'm not going to send you some shit you don't want. But I feel for that dude. There was some Juff shit going on where people were stealing shit this year, which is unfortunate as fuck. That shit should not be at the gathering. Energy was really low all day. Once again, I have here. Vibes were high at the TPE camp, though. The TPE camp, the vibes were high. That's one of the reasons I liked hanging out there for as much as I did on Saturday, because it felt like the vibes were a little bit low in a lot of other parts of the gathering. But the vibes were high at TPE. They were going to go down and see Free Will, so I went down there with them. And I didn't know much about Free Will, I'll be honest, before this gathering. But they fucking killed it. TPE knew about them, and they got shouted out on stage and everything. And yo, I really enjoyed their set. But once again, the goddamn main stage is dead. There's hardly anyone down there. And this is like now main stage is popping off time. Like there's hardly anyone down there. Really, like eye opening almost to me. That I'm like, wow. I just figured motherfuckers are sleepy. It's still kind of early. It's 5 o'clock. Um, Stony Low went hard as fuck in the pit. Um, Kind of was looking a little, looking like he was gonna ass out. So I was asking him if he was okay as he was walking, and I noticed his hand was shaking. Um, Cherry Pie, being a goddamn lifesaver, went and ran to her camp to get Pedialyte, and she took care of him. I just noticed that the shit was happening, and asked him if he was okay, and he was not. He was not okay. So we got Stony situated. I honestly feel like Stony was about to have a fucking heat stroke, because he went so hard in the pit, and he was not looking right to me. He definitely looked, something was wrong with Stony. Um, yeah, MMJ. You know what I'm talking about then, MMJ. You definitely know what I'm talking about. You definitely, you nailed it. There ain't no negatives. All right, is it def? Yeah, there's some sad shit about Onstead, man. That's a good dude too. He does not deserve that shit. Yeah, that pisses me off. That shit should not be at the fucking gathering. Yo, if you're really fucking lucky if you were stealing shit at the gathering, you didn't get fucking caught. You would. Did you see any fights? You would have seen some fucking fights probably if someone got caught stealing some shit. The only thing I saw was that poor tripped out fella getting punched on. That's the only thing I saw. I know there were some other situations popping off, but no, that I can't even call that a fight. That was one dude being a fucking prick, and that fight got broke up. It wasn't even a fight. It was one-sided. It was one dude beating on a poor bastard who was losing his mind. Um, Fucking gross. Jeff shit. Try to be caring to one another, yo. This is what this Juggalo shit's about. Um, so yeah, we got back to TPE camp. We ate. We hung out. It was good, man. I wanted to go down and see some more stuff at the main stage, especially hearing the stuff that was going on at Lardy B. That would have been great footage. Um, but I was having such a good time at the TPE camp, and the vibes were so good. I didn't want to leave. And I could kind of hear and see everything from the little side top of the hill gimmick right next to TPE camp. So I kind of was just checking out and hearing the stuff from way far away, but I could kind of hear everything from at TPE camp. Um, Sounded like she got a good reaction. I heard she caught a lot of snacks that the Juggalos were showing, were throwing at her. They brought like Twinkies and cupcakes and stuff to throw at her. So I actually think that's super fresh that she was playing into it, and yeah, like that was really fresh. I wish I would have caught it honestly, but I mean that's the thing about the gathering. You got to make some tough choices, especially when it comes to like hanging with homies and shit. Like you're gonna miss shit. Um, it's just the way it is. After that, oh wait, no, I'm almost skipping something here. She definitely seemed like she got a good reaction. But after that, Raven Black was playing for a little while, and I really wanted to see them, so I had to pry myself away from the TPE camp, and I went and saw the very end of Raven Black's set, which was really cool. Wish I would have caught more of them because their sound is very much in that kind of new metal-y, corn almost sound that I fucking like. But yeah, they had a female singer, I believe, and I really like their shit from what I heard. They only heard like 2 songs, I think. Maybe not even that. They were like basically done when I went down there. Yeah, the other ninjas, they hooked him up with some new jerseys and shit, man. TPE. TPE, by the way, I know some people have some problems with TPE from some nonsense on the museum a while back. But these guys bought 4 tickets that they gave away. They bought a 5th ticket for a girl whose credit card got declined, and was freaking out. These guys give back. Shouts out to TPE, man. I really am fucking with their good vibes. I'm here for good vibe YouTubers. I'm not here for bullshit. I'm not here for drama. I'm here to just talk about Juggalo shit and, you know, maybe make some friends while I'm doing it, because I don't have any Juggalo friends in real life. Well, I do now. Fuck that. Fuck friends. Family, right? Whoop whoop, how the wicked coming from Canada land. Fuck the border, at least. Oh, that's fresh. That's fresh, MMJ. You know, I forget that Detroit's like, I forget a lot of times that Detroit is on the border of Canada. Yo, that's actually kind of fucking fresh that you can do that. Silver Stasher says, I didn't see ICP because a group of people seen me sitting with Studio 17, so they harassed me all the... I wasn't scared to fight. I was scared they were going to steal my stuff or mess my truck up. Oh, that's kind of whack. Yeah, there was some weird drama going on with that. I don't pay attention to that stuff. I don't care about that stuff. Bro, as a deaf, you're asking the same questions now, my guy. Alright, Rugged. Yeah, I love Rugged Man. I think that was the first time I'd seen Rugged Man live. I've been a fan of Rugged Man since his verse on the Smut Peddlers album. Fuck. So long ago, like 20 years ago. That was the first time I heard R.A. the Rugged Man, but he drops a sick-ass line about getting head in the MTV Awards. Oh, wait, no. Oh, fuck, I can't, I'm forgetting the line, but there's some fucking sick-ass lines in that verse, and he made a fan of me with just that verse alone. But yeah, R.A.'s fucking awesome. Great live performer. Always kills it. Family, that's right, D-Rock. Family. We don't got friends, we got family. Let's see. So yeah, I was talking about free will. Yo, TPE got shouted out by Free Will on the stage. I don't know if I said that. That was dope as shit. And TPE was talking with Free Will, and apparently they knew me somehow, which is fresh as fuck. So shouts out to Free Will for knowing me, man. I definitely am a fan of you guys now, man. Holy shit, you guys killed that shit. Miss Lardy B, Raven Black, okay. So I went to the car after Raven Black to get some water real quick, and that's when I met Blase coming back down from the car. Said hello to her real quick. I caught some hoodoo. Yeah, Cherry Pie found me down there, which was dope because I hadn't seen her in a hot minute at that point. And we got to hang out for Danny Brown. Now, here's my analysis of Danny Brown. I still don't know what to fully think about this Danny Brown thing, because to me, Danny was doing fine on stage. The energy was just low, as it was for a lot of motherfuckers that night. People turned up for Hoodoo, but it seems like a lot of people left after Hoodoo. And the stage was a lot more empty. The area was just a lot more empty after Hoodoo. Now, maybe Danny felt a type of way because of this. Danny did mention that he was on something. I know for a fact Danny Brown stopped doing Molly a while ago. So if Danny relapsed and started doing Molly at the Gathering, he maybe had a bad reaction. Now, I'm not making excuses for the man. I'm just putting it out there the way I looked at it. So what basically happened is about a little bit over halfway through his set, I would say, Danny, you could tell he was feeling a type of way, because he said something earlier in his set. He's like, yo, y'all like to throw stuff, but be careful, I throw stuff back. Which, you know, when you take into what happened after that, you know, he maybe, was he thinking about doing that then? Because he said that like the third song in. So he's doing his shit, and I forget how exactly he worded it, because it threw me off so much. It was like I was in a nightmare or something for me, because I'm a huge Danny fan, and obviously I love this shit. So he said, he started a family chant, and he said, nah, fuck that. Y'all ain't my family. Fuck family, he said. And how did he put it? Y'all are looking at me like I'm stupid up here. Fuck that. I didn't know the Gathering. I didn't know this was Coachella. I didn't know the Gathering went commercial. I think he said that. Cherry Pie made a great point. She said, I think he said that the Coachella thing because of the beach balls. I was like, oh, maybe. I don't know. But it really upset me. It put me, I was just so down after that. And then he's like, I'm going to do one more song and I'm out this bitch. I got better shit to do. And I'm like, oh, man. It upset me so much. It was such a downer. He threw the mic into the crowd about halfway through that song. And yeah, that sucked. It really sucked. That upset me. I still don't know what to think about it. I still like Danny. I'm not gonna stop fucking with an artist because of that. But I also don't like that happened and that he did that. Obviously, yeah, it upsets me. It kind of ruined my night. It kind of ruined my night. I was trying not to let it ruin my night, but it kind of ruined my night. I'll be straight up. The clowns did bring me back up a little bit. I was definitely having a good time during the clowns, but it was definitely a stale part of my night. Yeah. We're almost 2 hours into this bitch, but we're wrapping up. Yeah, I don't think Danny... MMJ says in the thing, I don't think Danny was in reality. That's why I brought up the... He said he was riding around. Here's the thing I don't get. If you look at that stream, he was riding around for 4 hours showing love. When I saw him, that's what he was doing. So I don't get... It doesn't make sense to me. Something doesn't track. And now... I have another theory that I'm gonna save because this stream is getting too long. I have another theory of what I think happened because of the stuff he said about the Gathering going commercial. I do have a theory about that because I have said several times, I'm not shy about saying this. This is the money-making Gathering, hands down. This is the Gathering they make some money on. They say a lot of times that they take a loss on the Gathering. Not this year. There's no way. There's no way they took a loss this year. This is the money-making Gathering. Let me catch up on some of these chats. How was the merch at the Gathering of the Juggalo? I only really seen the Gathering of the Juggalo shirt and Jay's single. Really intense. There was a homegirl out in California who wanted to see the shirts. I ended up having to take 6 pictures to send the entire spread of T-shirts without skipping something. Yeah, a lot of shit. I was a good boy. I only got like 4 shirts. I'll show those off. One of them is this. I'm really upset I couldn't get the Shaggy version of this in my size. I only was able to get the Violent J because they were out of XLs by the time I finally hit up the merch tent, which is really unfortunate, but oh well. Yeah, a lot of good merch. They ended up putting out Yum Yum's lore and the historical tours DVD and the House Party Peep Show CD, all for $20 a piece. I kind of regret that I didn't go and just say fuck it and grab one of those each. Ouija had an exclusive CD that I caught 2 of because I'm an obsessive motherfucker and I like to keep one sealed and one open for playing. Especially with Ouija stuff, I think every CD I own 2 of at this point, except for the Star Fox LaFleur one and the Baby E one, which, no offense to those gentlemen, but those are my least favorite Ouija albums. But yeah, there was a lot of exclusive merch. Obviously the Walking Home single I haven't even listened to yet. I haven't listened to the Bigfoot thing, the Bigfoot song. There's still a lot of stuff I got to. TPE got called out by Jay at the seminar for posting. What part was that, Joker's Gallery? I don't remember that, man. I was there at the seminar and then I listened to it a second time. Today, actually. I don't remember TPE getting called out, Joker's Gallery, in all due respect. No mainstream rapper has ever repped for Juggalos like Danny Brown. There are countless videos on YouTube of him giving Juggalos props. And he did to my face. I met the man. I took a picture with him. He did to my face. I thanked him for coming. I thanked him for fucking with ICP. And he's like, yeah, man, of course, it's all love. Like, he was down. That's why I'm so confused by this. Makes sense that Danny Brown's set didn't have the hype from the crowd after Hoodoo before ICP. Hey, I think that's what's happened. I think people went hard for Hoodoo and then went to get ready for ICP. This Ninja on TPE channel made a great point that it's hard to play time. That's a hard to play time. Yeah, for real, I agree. 5G mind control. Yeah, I love Danny, man. I can't say fuck Danny Brown. I know a lot of you guys are going to say fuck Danny Brown. I can't say that, though. I love Danny. You guys can feel a certain type of way if I'm not going to say fuck Danny Brown, but I'm not going to say it just because you guys are saying it. I'm a fucking Danny fan. I'm obviously not a fan that you said fuck Um, family, because this is my shit, man. And yeah, I'm not a fan of that. Is a deaf. You were a wild. Among how was the food court besides not letting Blase Rose this time? Did you show up to the Burrito Bandit? I I got stuff from the vegan tent. I hear the Walking Home single is dope as fuck. Oh, someone posted of the Bigfoot tour. That's fresh, MMJ. Thank you for telling me that. I'm gonna look that up. When Jay was talking about watching a video on YouTube about Violent J loses it, I do remember that. Was he was, I thought he was referencing someone else, honestly. I didn't know that was a TPE video they were referencing. Huh. Anyway, hey, TPE's the homies. I'm not, I love those dudes. Those are the homies. Method Man and Redman said fuck family and caught a beer can to the face for it. And you know what? That's the other thing I wanted to say. I tweeted about this. He did say fuck family. You know what happened? Hardly anything. Do you know why? Juggalos were faded. Juggalos were hardly there. Even the ones that were there were hardly there. So this is one of the points I made in my my prepping for the gathering stuff is pace yourself if you're gonna drink booze. Or just hydrate. Or just don't drink booze. Quit that shit. It's just not good for you anyway. I quit booze and I'm doing great without it. I had a way better gathering not drinking than I did in 2019 drinking. I did way more stuff. I gathered way harder. But I think a combination of 3-4 days of motherfuckers going hard in the paint, hardly sleeping, doing their gimmicks. Yeah, the sun beating their ass on Saturday. All of that stuff combined to the fact that they couldn't even Tila Tequila them. They were too tired. Y'all were too tired to even Tila Tequila Danny. Yo, I mean, hey, that's what I'm gonna get into next, Joker's Gallery. They definitely looked fucking tired, man. There certainly wasn't a pit for ICP on Saturday like there was for Bizarre Bizarre. That's for fucking sure, man. Definitely was not. Definitely was, yeah. D-Rock, shouts out for No Need for Liquid Spirits, man. Yeah, I quit drinking last year, and I'm so much better off without it. Fuck booze. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Danny. I still am a little, I still don't know how to digest it. But yeah, I think a lot of that stuff does go into the fact that Juggalos were faded, and Danny could pick up on that energy. That motherfuckers were faded out there, man. So because Danny left early, ICP went on early. I was shocked when I heard the intro start, or the curtain started to open and the lights went down and the intro started, and it was only 11:09. I was shocked. I had to pull out my phone and check the time. Stage not as packed as Thursday or even Friday is in my notes. Now, I'm glad I've seen a few other people say this, because I was like, maybe I'm tripping on this. Maybe I'm tripping. Nope, it's definitely the case. Stage set was amazing. A really amazing carnival stage set. Fantastic. I really loved that stage set. Jay killed it again. Great way to set it off and end everything. I want to talk a little bit about Falling Apart. I've been seeing a lot of people talk about Falling Apart and listening to it in a... what in the fuck is wrong with this dude? Is it Def? Your troll game is getting really weak, my guy. I mean, it's kind of transparent at this point, dude. You might as well take this shit somewhere else, bro. Yeah, they played Graveyard. Thank you for bringing that up, Joker's Gallery. I almost skipped over that. It looked like 75% of the attendees had no idea what that Graveyard was when they played that. What the fuck? I lost my shit seeing that song go live. Me too. And I did not realize I'm glad they said live that this is the first time they've ever done that. I didn't fucking realize that. How have they not ever done that song live? I could have sworn in Behind the Paint, Violent J mentioned doing that song live. Am I wrong? I know a lot of people went to Astro. Bro, I didn't even think of that. Joker's Gallery says, I know a lot of people went to Astro for Saturday, probably why the crowd was lighter. That is facts, bro. I didn't even fucking think of that. Thank you for bringing that up, man. I did not even think of that. Did you catch the playlist of songs were messages? No, I did not. Charlie Brown's Excellent Adventures. Could you elaborate on that in the chat, please? I did not catch that. I have a Gathering of the Juggalo question, MMJ says. Were there lots of regular fam there just to get out and fest? Could you tell? Ooh, what happened? Could you tell among? There was definitely a lot of regulars. There's a lot of people I recognized from the Hootenanny. I heard a lot of people say that there was a lot of Juffs and first-time gatherers there. I don't care if you're a first-time gatherer. It's apparently some people do. I don't give a shit. Please come for your first time. This shit's got to grow some way. You know what I mean? Huh. Yeah, see, I could have sworn that's what I thought. See, I thought Jay talked about that in Behind the Paint. They said it was the first time. I don't know. I don't know. I definitely got video of that because I was just so geeked they played Graveyard. And yeah, just oh, wow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look at that set list again, Charlie Brown. I'm gonna have to look at that with that. Oh my God. Holy shit, you might, I think you're right. The Graveyard too. Dead Body Man. Oh my. You might have something there, Charlie Brown. Let's see. Falling Apart, that's what I want to talk about. So Falling Apart, I've seen a lot of people talking about, like, I'm listening to Falling Apart, you know, on a different level now. Because there is the very surface level of it's a story about a man who's literally falling apart. Now, I've always, since the very first time I heard this song, I knew that this song was about Violent J falling apart and getting older. I think that's a pretty obvious metaphor. Obviously, it's going to hit a lot harder with the announcement that happened. So I do appreciate that other motherfuckers are finally seeing this other level of this song, because one of the best things to me about art and especially music is, and with lyrics, is how can be multiple meanings. And with my music personally, I like to put 2, 3, sometimes 4 meanings stacked into a single lyric. So almost every lyric that I do has at least a double meaning, possibly a triple or quadruple meaning to it. So the falling apart thing is a very obvious double metaphor. Like the storytelling, like I'm literally falling apart, but also the metaphorical, I'm getting older and I'm falling apart. And it's a song that always has hit me in the feels, man. It definitely is one of those songs like Behind the Paint, where like I feel like it's a really deeply personal Violent J song. Yeah, We Will Never Die Alone. Yeah, you're definitely right, man. I didn't even think about it. I mean, I definitely picked up on some of those messages, like the show must go on. I definitely was like, yeah, that's fresh as fuck. And obviously, the We Will Never Die Alone chant that was at the end. I kind of wish they would have done the full song. You know what I mean? The We Will Never Die Alone Juggalo chant song. I wish they would have just straight up done that whole bitch. That would have been fresh as fuck, I think. So yeah, that was the end, and I went to go find people to say goodbye to. I couldn't find anybody to say goodbye to, so my sad ass brought my chair back up to my car, and I went back to my hotel. There's some more stuff that happened after I got back to my hotel I can't talk about, but regardless of what I can and can't talk about, let's just say Humble Among had a great ending to his gathering experience. What a great way to end my gathering experience. The thing I can't talk about, Oh boy. Oh, it was a good way to end my gathering experience. I think some of you can pick up on what I'm putting down. A gentleman doesn't kiss and tell. I'll just say that. Yeah, I talked about the gathering thirst earlier. That was definitely a thing. Got really obnoxious by the last day. Maybe I'll do a video about how juggalos should maybe approach talking to girls. It's easier than you think. Just be yourself. I know that sounds like corny advice, but just be who you are. If she don't fuck with you, then hey, then keep it moving. Regrets. This is something I think a lot of people don't think about talking about on these type of videos, is things they regret not doing, and I made a list of regrets. I regret not talking to that cute redhead on Thursday night. Shout out to you, homegirl. I really regret not talking to you. I regret not seeing any wrestling. I regret not going for the Bigfoot hunt and meeting ICP in general. I regret not getting footage of Free Will's mosh pit with TPE, which I thought I did get, but I didn't get it. Bunch of homies that I wish I had filmed and just straight up forgot to film. Wish I had more stuff at the Clown Drip stage, just seen more stuff in general. Wish I had saw the costume contest. Wish I had talked to Tom Wood and copped one of those woven blankets. I completely forgot that he was out there fucking... I walked by him several times, saw him several times, but forgot to actually stop and talk to him. And I would have grabbed probably a couple of his woven blankets, because he does hookups at these gathering, the hookups on the prices there for sure. So he was hooking people up in 2019. So I wanted to get the hookup. Wish I had gotten my XL Shaggy shirt, like my J Boy here. By the way, this is my favorite shirt from the gathering, the merch drops. By the way, this Violent J Boy, very much like in a style of a Mariah Carey R&B shirt. They had a Shaggy one as well. Butterflies on the Hatchet Man on the back, really fucking fresh. For merch, I talked briefly about the merch I got. I'll show off some of the merch stuff in the next video I do. Yeah, we're coming to the end of this. We're over 2 hours. Shouts out. I'm gonna read some shouts out real quick to people. If I didn't mention you, I'm so sorry. It's really hard to keep track of everybody. I met a lot of people. Thank you to everybody who said hello to me. Shout out to Cherry Pie, who I hung out with hands down more than anyone. Thank you for being my gathering friend. Stony Low, you're the fucking shit, dude. Dude, you're the man. I really liked hanging out with you a lot, Stony. I know you're probably watching Palcast right now. Everyone at TPE in general, Toxic Plague, Onstead, Trailer Park Cinderella, Clayton, Whoop Conda, and Lil Taffy, everyone that was down there. If I talked to you or didn't talk to you. Plague's mom, by the way, was so fucking nice. I talked to her for quite a little while, actually, and she was really nice. Everybody was so friendly. Adventures of Moon Man, thank you. Yakov, thank you. Little Squawky and Ugly Juggalo, even though you're not ugly. Casket Misty Rain, King Cringe and his family, everybody, man. Michael Lawless, man. Shade, man. Who the fuck else? Devin Darby. I met Devin Darby. They were cool as shit. Smart thinking, Charlie B. You kept. Yeah, okay. Song titles clue me out on the theory about the dark chroma theology. Huh. Yeah, we're gonna have to get into that shit, Yak. It's hard to see all this. Wait. Silver Stasher says, it's hard to see it all. This is my 7th gathering, and every year I feel like I missed half of the gathering. I mainly like talking to people. Bro, I mean that's kind of what it's all about, right? Like, you feel guilty for missing shit, but at the same time, it's hard to feel guilty because it's like, man, I had such a good time talking with these fools. No, I didn't eat any pizza, Isadef. I did not eat any pizza. I said several times I was basically fasting. It's almost like you're not watching this stream or something, Isadef. Never enough time in the day to do it all, dang it. Yeah, I mean, that's the problem. Fuck. Alright, I think I'm done, guys. 2 hour fucking long stream. My longest stream, hands down. I knew this was going to be a long one. I'm sorry for going into Shaggy in the Creep Palcast. I'm going to get the fuck off so you guys can go over there now. Thank you for everyone who stayed with me. I thought everybody was going to leave, but a lot of you stayed around, and I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for saying hello to me. Wonderland, my album is out now. Go cop that shit. It's a Wicked Shit Kids album. Not really. It's just no swear words on it. You can donate in the description there. Follow me on Instagram, YouTube. You're on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, whatever the fuck. I'm Humble Among on everything. TikTok, I'm on there too. Yeah. Send me donations in there. Buy my merch, humbleamong.bandcamp.com. If you want a copy of Wonderland on CD, hit me up with the PayPal link. Send me $13. I'll send you a CD. Make sure you include your address, though. I still have very special first edition bonus thing that's going to come with you. I haven't talked about it yet. Well, that's about it, everybody. I hope everybody has a great night. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a great evening. Whoop whoop. I'm gonna be doing some more talking about this shit. There's definitely other elements I didn't get to touch on. Didn't get to touch about the ICP documentary, all this other news, the songs that have dropped. Shaggy the Airhead's album dropped. I haven't gotten a chance. There's a lot of stuff for me to catch up on. So I'm gonna do another podcast, and I'm gonna do a panel stream. I'm gonna try to get Wukanda up on this motherfucker. I want to do a paranormal stream with Yak. So there's some cool stuff coming to this. Thank you, everybody. Even Izadef, who has apparently outed himself as a troll. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. It's all love over here. Even for you fuckers with fake love. Peace out. Whoop whoop.